What do you call someone that looks more and more like you the closer they get? A doppelganger. Oh. I thought that was going somewhere, and it was not. You look far too happy with that job. Way too happy. Also, can we get this place mopped up a little bit? There we go. Once this gas pipe is done, then we will have gas flowing back into the colony, which will be pretty nice, actually, as far as things go. No strip, please. Thank you. Did we get that done, perhaps? I'm going to tell you to stop cracking pip ads, please. We may have caused ourselves a bit of a pip problem. I should really have only cracked 2, but they cracked 3, which means the pips that we've got... Well, we've got loads of pips, actually. But it was possible that we would have run out of pips as a direct consequence of that. Delicious, delicious omelets. There we go. Oxygen is being produced again. Hooray! We are saved. Oxygen floweth once more. Uh-oh. Ah, damn it. There's polluted oxygen. Oh, well. Someone's eventually going to breathe that in and it'll be cleaned out of the system, but damn. Right, could we get this moved as like a super high priority? Because I really don't want to have to deal with that off-gassing. Got enough for one more omelette, so I'm going to let that happen before... Well, actually... No, that is also a lie. I want the omelettes moved right now, because I don't want to risk a hatch showing up and going... Rom, rom, rom. That would make me fairly sad. There we go. Yes, it is hot right next to a gas grill. This is usually how grills work, yes. Oh, these are going to be set to accept... No, they should already accept omelettes. Can but hope that someone will eventually bring them along. A hatch will show up and go down the hatch. My water is running wrong. Any particular idea where? So at this point, I can now completely disconnect all of that, which is what I wanted. Good times. Disconnect all of that. Good times. That needs to be done as a priority. Because once that's broken, I can finally connect it back up, and then we should have the toilets working again. Come on, chop chop. There we go. It's good enough. Brilliant. Now I can connect it and bump. Water should start flowing. And everything should start working. Sort of. Ah, this is no longer going to be backing up the system. Ah. Alright. I need to reposition this so that... it will enter the system over here. So that it doesn't bypass that, because realistically I want this to prioritize filling the lavatories down here. But I'm not seeing where it's wrong, though, Zangiri. You notice dirty water running the wrong way past the filter. Dirty water should come down here. Oh, right. Yes, 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 yes. I see now. Yeah, I get you. Thank you. There we go. Thank you very much, Sangiri. Actually, it looks like this can be done anyway. There we go. Water's now moving the way it's meant to. Oh, of course, I've got to reverse this one. Damn it. Yeah, everything is running the wrong way. Yep, good point. Let me get all of these sorted. I do apologise for these rather obvious mistakes I've made. Hopefully we can get those resolved quickly. Right now, though, we have at least 2 lavatories that do work, which, you know, it's probably enough to stop them from having messes, but it's not great. Right. There we go. And once again, we want these to be 9s, because it is incredibly important they get them. And then rather quickly at that. There we go. The system should now be working again. Whew. Hey, Wolf Bite, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Belial, that's fantastic. Don't be sorry, be better. What genre and national anthems? Country. Wow. That pun, though, Kenny. Right, okay, so with the immediate panic over, we've got water flowing back into the system. Yeah, there we go. Water server's got this taken care of. It'll take a little bit of time again to refill, but we've for the most part taken care of it. Can we get this emptied properly there? From both sides, kind of thing. Because once that's done, I can go ahead and disconnect more of this, and then connect that pipe up, and then the hospital facilities are ready. Let's pop these through there. Deconstruct this one. And then have another bed there. And then we've got double the capacity in our hospital as well. That'll be awesome. Oh, you were playing the Elder Scrolls Online. That's fantastic, Wolfbite. And thank you so much for deciding to raid me, mate. I really appreciate that. How are you finding ESO? Man, I haven't logged into ESO in so long. I keep meaning to as well. I'm still paying for my subscription. I really need to log in. I always feel bad about every time I think, oh man, you know, I haven't logged in. Maybe I should cancel my subscription. But then I'll never log in, and I really enjoy the game. I'm a silly derp. We're not going to store cooking ingredients. Well, actually, I should probably store cooking. Until I've got a better place to store cooking ingredients, I'll store them in there. That being said, it should probably just be taken over to the grill. Either way, this should be quite a high priority. Allow manual use. Only edibles. I think that's pretty much the only thing I want in there. And with that, we're going to deconstruct you. And then I'm promptly going to tell it to move all of this. Meat. Oh, we got fresh meat. Well. Yes, 100%. Please make me some barbecue. I could have I mean I could honestly have my cook make pickled meal. It lasts longer. That's pretty much it. It doesn't actually get better. It just lasts longer. But on the plus side, I guess it gives your cook some cooking experience. I don't know. I'm kind of at a stretch there to try and find a plus side to pickled meal. But if we do that, I need to do something very specific. And I will do it, but I'm going to need to set that up first. Because currently, I'll allow them to just pull that off this for now, but yeah, we're going to need to run this cable all the way along for the time being. You're loving it. I should come play. It's fun to play and relax with it. Yeah, that's the main thing with ESO. It's fun to relax with. It's a really chilled experience. Let's go ahead and pop you in there. I'll make it up with granite so it looks nicer. There you go. Alright, I think we're very, 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 very nearly at a point where we can hot this up a bit. You know what? Okay, I'm going to dig these away, strategic points, to allow me to get at this. They should then be able to just get down there and deal with that, and then I can rebuild it. How many people in chat at the moment actually play ESO? Or have played it? For that matter, how many people in chat right now play or have played Final Fantasy XIV as well? In general, you know, how many people are playing MMOs? ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. For those wondering. Now, we're rating Final Fantasy XIV tonight. Oh, marvellous. Played both of them a little, but never stuck. You know, honestly, that's a fairly common story, I would say, with MMOs in general. Quite a lot of people play them a little bit, but not necessarily a lot. Don't tell me we'll run this down. The battery should be fine. Yeah, the battery's fine. We've got loads of hydrogen to run the battery. We're lacking water right now. I think it is probably time, I fancy, that we need to start auto-bottling. So I'm going to allow this one to auto-bottle. May even give this a bit of a higher priority for time. Go ahead. If someone wants to just dump liquid in there, I am perfectly happy with you doing that for now. Okay, I 100% need you to take out this wire before you hook all of that up. Because the moment all of that's hooked up, we're going to overload this circuit. There we go. Actually, no, we wouldn't overload the circuit. We'd just dump all of our power into it. Oh, actually, no. We wouldn't. We would, however, probably overload the circuit. We'd easily provide 1,000 watts here, and this one would then be adding 800 every now and then, so it would break. Alternatively, I'd 100% be okay if people just picked up all the water bottles that are lying around and stuck it in there as well. That's also cool. On Phase, thank you very much for the 40 months, mate. Your game of choice is Sea of Thieves. I've never played Sea of Thieves. I like the idea, but I've learned I should never play MMOs. It's bad for my life goals. Wow. I feel so attacked. So attacked. Do I not? Oh, no. To get stone hatches, we need sedimentary rock, don't we? I used to play PlanetSide 2 a lot as well. Could someone confirm, is it sedimentary rock we need to feed the hatches to get them to become stone hatches? In which case, oh, that's going to be a pain in the bum. I've not seen any sedimentary rock yet. Maybe we've got a little bit over here. Granite. Oh, that's going to be an awful... Oh, wait, here we go. Here we are, jackpot. Okay, so we need to get into there. Or into here, I suppose we'll do as well. Well, we wanted in there anyway to get the Witchstone. Eventually, I want to farm pokes. But for now. Is there an easier source of sedimentary rock for me? Igneous rock, diamond. Sedimentary rock in the slime biome. That's not a bad one. Igneous rock. I'm going to say probably the easiest one for me would be to hit the sedimentary rock over here. Because I'm already practically there. Sure. Cut down on unnecessary drilling time. And for the time being, I'm going to try and avoid... You know what? There's no real reason for me to be avoiding it. We'll just go ahead and we'll cut through the bleachstone as well. The bleachstone will be a bit of a weird one, because I've got nowhere really to put it. It's a heavy gas. Chlorine. Guess I could have a little area down here maybe. Just to tuck that chlorine away. They should be able to sweep this stuff, but it's not being swept. Can I get this on a 9, please? Chop, chop. Like, dire need this swept. Utterly dire need it. Same over here. Move this stuff, please. That's dirt. I mean, okay, I guess I told you to sweep dirt, but damn it. Go, omelets are on their way. Let's just make sure this works. I guess that technically counts. Why did that drop on the ground? Oh no, there we go. Phew. Sweeping it into your bellies does, I suppose, count. What can you do with oil in the game? Power is an obvious one. You can refine it into petroleum and then use it in a petroleum generator. Another option is to use it for plastics. Both of those are very heat-intensive processes, though. So I would caution against blindly leaping into the oil production side of things. It can be a bit of an issue. Lots of things over there. Right, food shortage. Yes, I know. I know it's going to involve. Please, food. Oh. I'll take the thimbleweeds for now. Okay, now that that has been popped in there, it should say it's sterile atmosphere. It's only saying decreased, interestingly. I do wonder if that ever changes. One thing you can absolutely do forever, though, is eggshell to lime. It's pretty much the only place to do it, as far as I'm aware. And yes, oil is a good heat transfer medium. Let me get you some stats on it. We have a look at crude oil. Right, so here we go. Freezing point is -40. So you can afford to put quite a lot of chill into this. Bearing in mind, water. Okay, just to be aware, the freezing and evaporation point of anything, and melting points, etc., etc., the phase shift has to be 2 degrees further than you would normally expect it to be. And I imagine that so that you didn't end up with a bit of a weird one with water, whose triple point is like 0.2. It can exist as a gas, as a liquid, and a solid at 0.2 degrees. And that may be the entire reason why they've got that little bit of a, gamified phase shift buffer. But if something like water would traditionally be said to freeze at 0, it needs to be -2 to freeze. Traditionally would boil at 100. It would need to be 102 to boil. So on and so forth. Polluted water, on the other hand, actually has about a 20-degree buffer either side. That one will freeze at -20 and will boil at 120. So a lot of people will use polluted water because water is a very, very, very good heat transfer medium. If we have a look at that, it's 4.179 specific heat capacity, so it can hold on to a lot of heat. So you can dump a lot of heat into it. 4.179. Thermal conductivity, it's not particularly great at taking the heat, at moving it around, but it can hold a lot of heat, which allows it to be quite good as a cooling medium. But crude oil, on the flip side, much lower specific heat capacity, so you need less energy to change its temperature. A good coolant, it's kind of, in some ways, shares similar properties, at least in specific heat capacity, to a good insulator. You want it to be able to accept large amounts of energy. Like with an insulator, you want it to accept a huge amount of energy to change its temperature, but to also be very resistant to accepting energy. That makes a good insulator. For a good coolant, you want it to accept the energy readily, so pull that energy out of the stuff around it fast, but to be able to store enormous amounts of it before it itself changes temperature. That way, you could run I don't know. Let's just imagine some numbers. Something which had some arbitrarily high thermal conductivity, so it can pull heat very quickly from its surroundings and share heat, mind you, at the same time with its surroundings. So it goes both ways a little bit. But with a very high specific heat capacity, it can accept a lot of that temperature. So assuming that you're piping a coolant which is lower temperature than their surroundings, it's going to be accepting energy rather than giving it away. And it's going to be accepting that energy readily, very quickly. but let's say it had some sort of like specific capacity of 10, and it was moving through a medium that had a specific capacity of 1. You would drop the temperature around it by 10 degrees for every 1 degree that it raised in temperature. That's a really good exchange. That would make for a good coolant. But here, thermal conductivity, it's, about 4 times as conductive as water. And just a little bit under, I forget what it was. Was it 4? Oh, it's 4.1. So coming up towards half as much specific heat capacity. But 4 times as conductive. You feel like you stumbled into a science class. Sorry about that. I do enjoy this aspect of Oni, I will confess. But at 399 degrees, it turns into petroleum. And petroleum has an even lower freezing point, which is interesting. It freezes into petroleum. It doesn't freeze back into crude oil. It doesn't phase shift. It becomes something else. It's refined at 499 degrees. It's got an evaporation point at even higher, at 538 degrees. So using petroleum is just flat out better as a coolant than crude oil. It's got a higher evaporation temperature and a lower freezing temperature, so you can do more with it. In terms of its specific heat capacity and thermal conductivity, it's much of a muchness, really. They're about as good as each other. So with these things being mostly equal, it does have a slightly higher specific heat capacity, so it is slightly better in that, but you could just say they're equal if you wanted. Petroleum is still flat out better because it evaporates at a higher temperature and it freezes at a lower temperature. So the important things, petroleum is just flat out a better material to use for a cooling loop, but it's also more expensive one as well, so here's what 'tis. Right, okay, so I would like very much to have hatchlings and hatches living in here, please and thank you. I would like them to come over here straight away. This should be the primary place that we put them. I leave 9. I almost always leave 9 available so that we can, if there was an absolute emergency, 9 would be available for me to say, yeah, this is the top place that this should go right now without having to hunt around and change things. But 8 will usually be my, functional top. I want this place to be a reasonably high priority to be managed, and same for actually putting food in here. I mean, I could just start handling them right now. I guess, can I give them igneous rock? I can't. I can give them sandstone though, and this would allow me to start wrangling. I could start ranching. I do need a little, actually, you know what? Let me hold off on that one. Let me say none for now. I am going to take a little bit of time because we really want to grab that stuff over here first, so I can start feeding them sedimentary rock, so I can eventually get them up to stone hatches, because I can feed stone hatches igneous rock and granite. I can't feed regular hatches there. That is a pain. That's pretty much a direct consequence. It's quite the pain. Right, okay, so we are now going to start pushing water into our oxygen pumps, which is good. As a general rule, I approve of it. I do want this part set up though a little bit sooner than the others. Let's go ahead and pull that down. Can we get that done? Like right now. I also do generally want the triage cots to be a high priority, because if I want someone to use them, I want them to use it right, like now. Go, use it now. I'm starting to feel that I need my cook. Yeah, I'm going to set this up for cooking ingredients as well. Just go ahead and take the meal lice up there if you want to. It's not really what I want them to be, but better than nowhere. There we are. starting to pop the foods over there. I guess we don't need this here. It's never going to be cold enough for them to grow there unless I like freeze the map. That might be actually a little bit of a fun thing to do. Like make it as a personal project to freeze the map. It's a roasting hot map, and if we did get to the point that we could freeze it, that would actually be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Right, we've run that battery down. We ran that battery down a long time ago, probably, and I forgot to reconnect everything. Please collect the barbecue, though? No? Okay, then fine. I mean, if I really wanted to save on some duplicate labor, I could have a conveyor rail deliver it over there. I'm not entirely sure I want to, because that's some expensive stuff there. We'll be talking quite expensive setup. Do I have enough to build it? I could. I will have enough eventually, so... Alright then. I guess. I would like to enforce that it only takes this in a certain direction, though. That this doesn't... Well, actually... No, I shouldn't have to worry about it. I should just be able to connect up like that. And I've already got some power over here, so I can just run that straight up. That's all disconnected, so I can now hook this back up, and we should be good. Let's make that a fairly high priority. I wonder if Lady Shelab's still playing on Empyrean at the moment. Some of you may be very, very happy to hear that Lady Shelab is considering doing a Animal Crossing stream soon, which means we'll be getting back into Animal Crossing.